Hey everybody, in this lesson we're going to talk about natural and artificial selection. So, when we talk about natural and artificial selection, we got to discuss how natural and artificial selection is really selecting genes and traits that further the survival of a species. So, first of all, we're going to talk about evolution. What evolution is the change in the characteristics of groups of organisms over time. So this is really the premise of natural selection, and it was really founded really in part by Charles Darwin when he went to the Galapagos Island. And he called this thing natural selection. Now, what is natural selection then? So, when we talk about natural selection, it's a theory. Now, big thing is a theory is basically an idea that has been experimented and supported by evidence. But it is a theory where success in survival and reproduction. So the species can't just survive, it needs to be able to reproduce and pass that gene off. So it's a theory where success in survival and reproduction of individuals with different phenotype resulting from interactions with its environment. So what does that mean? Well, the first part basically means that, so this first part right here, reproduction and survival, really means that it's a theory in which a species that can survive will win out. But not only can it survive, if it can reproduce and pass that gene on, it will win out over time. But the last part is very important, from interaction with its environment. Because, let's say for example, a brown bear. When that brown bear went to the Arctic is full of snow and ice. It had a mutation that allowed it to have white fur. That interaction with its environment allowed it to have success. But if that brown bear did not have that mutation, then it would not have that success. So that is the theory of natural selection. Now, there are 5 conditions for natural selection to occur. 5 things that must be done for this to occur. The first one is variation. Okay. When we talk about variation, there has to be a variety of traits. So that means that you need to have a variety of traits that can be passed on, because say for example, bananas right now, there is a banana that is currently going to be disappearing because it is lacking certain traits and it is dying off due to a disease that it cannot fight. So there has to be a variety of traits. There has to be some inheritance. So when I say inheritance, what's that talking about is that not only that, but the offspring need to be able to inherit these traits. Okay. There has to be survival and reproduction. So the species has to be able to survive, but also reproduce. So that is what you call survival of the fittest. There has to also be time. Natural selection happens over a long time. So evolution occurs over a long time. So for example, Homo sapiens have been around for some estimate up to 1 million years. So our species of what we call Homo sapiens have been around for over 1 million years. Some document that it's actually less at around 200, 300,000 years, but we've been around for a long time, and evolution has and needs a long time to happen. The last one is adaptation, which means that basically the species needs to be able to adapt to its environment. These are the 5 things that natural selection needs for it to occur. That's natural selection. What's artificial selection? Artificial selection is adaptive changes of the genes of an organism due to human manipulation. And this is what our next lesson is going to be about. So that last word right there is manipulation. So as always, make sure you keep yourself safe and healthy, and I'll see you soon.